Welcome to another version of the Banco Hoppy Hour here. This is Joe Marino, VP of Sales, also known as the Godfather of Beer. And with me today, we have special guests, and we have Kevin Ryan, who is the, what is your title, sir?
Chief Operating Officer and owner at BruDaddy's.
Okay, and then we have Todd Reinhardt.
Yes, sir.
And your title is, sir?
I am the head brewer.
You're the head brewer. And you are, sir?
I'm Doug Lesk.
And what is your title, Doug?
I'm a brand manager at Banco Beverage.
Would you consider yourself a craft specialist, Doug?
No, but I'm the craft specialist at Banco Beverage.
Okay, so I would consider you that.
Doug has the fine pleasure of getting to work with us on a daily basis.
Absolutely. So we've done a couple of these in studio, and now we've decided to expand our horizon here and do a little remote location. So we are at BruDaddy's Brew Pub here on Hamilton Street here in the great city of Allentown.
Thanks for coming out today, guys.
Oh, it's a great facility, and we really enjoy, coming here, having some beers, having some pizza, having some things, all your good craft beer. So tell us a little bit about the history of this facility and BruDaddy's in general.
Well, thanks, guys, and thanks for teeing it up there, Joe. BruDaddy's has been around since 2019. My dad and I started it a little bit before the pandemic, so we're business partners, and we opened with basically just the idea of creating a fun brew pub in downtown Allentown, a place where people could come and enjoy some delicious craft beers and get some awesome food before going over to a concert or a hockey game, and give something for the residents of downtown Allentown, a fun place to hang out. And that was pretty much our whole mission. Unfortunately, COVID happened, and we were kind of left dead in the water March 2019. And so we started packaging our beer, putting it in cans and selling it out of our cooler here, and things started going good. We met Todd that summer, right after COVID. So Todd joined us only about 6 months after we opened, and has been with us ever since as our head brewer. Been making delicious liquid, award-winning beers, and word kind of got out on the street that BruDaddy's is doing some good stuff down there, and we purchased a small canning line that did about 7 cans a minute, put it up in our little brewery in the back, and that's kind of what got us through COVID. We were able to do outdoor dining here that summer, and we did cans to go, and kind of made a name for ourselves with regard to that.
Tell us a little bit about the restaurant part of the facility.
It is a ton of fun, let me tell you. It's what really brings the brand to life. I think that's extremely important with any brand, especially something fun like a beer brand. Being able to go and experience it firsthand, coming out here. I mean, it's a beautiful building that was built in 1849 that was converted into our brew pub here. We've got our outdoor beer garden with Bavarian beer garden tables and fire pits and overhead heaters and games out here. So it's a fun place to come. We do a lot of events throughout the week, live music, trivia night, wing night. So it's a place that people can come and experience BruDaddy's, which is really important, being a local craft brewery, which is what we're all about, community and supporting the local environment here.
So it's a full functioning bar and restaurant.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we have a wood-fired pizza oven in there, so we do scratch-made wood-fired pizzas.
Great pizzas.
Yes. We do hand-cut fries, burgers, salads. So we have a full kitchen. We're doing food as scratch as we can, making all of our own sauces in-house here, and kind of elevated bar food, beer food that pairs well with the beers that we're making. Todd really enjoys being part of our menu discussions and the planning of the food with regard to the beer and using some of the beer and the ingredients, and it's a lot of fun.
So all the beers that are on tap here are all made right here in the facility?
They're either made here or at our full production facility.
And how many beers would you have on at one time? Like, how many styles of beers if I'm walking in, I want to get how many we were looking at?
We usually have 12 on tap. It's 11 on CO2 and 1 nitro line. And then we typically will have 2 or 3 can pour options as well.
So Todd, since you're making the beer, could you tell us about some of the beers? Like, what would a typical, 12 rack beer menu look like?
Well, as a brew pub, as a restaurant, we never know who's going to walk through the door. So you really have to have something for anyone, any beer drinker that comes in. So we have anything from a simple American light lager to a German Helles lager, all the way up to 2 or 3 different IPA options, a sour option or 2, some malty beers. There's an Irish Red on right now. The Nitro line, I try to typically have something dark. There's a Irish Stout on now. We have a coffee porter coming out on the Nitro line, hopefully at the end of the week. You just have to have something for everyone. Anybody that walks in, I hope to have something that they would enjoy on.
Yeah, so you got some kind of unique names for some of these beers. I know the Allentown Light, I gave it away. The light beer is Allentown Light,
Yes.
and which is
A-Town Light, yes, sir.
A-Town Light, which is named for where we are right now, Allentown.
Yeah, Todd hit the nail on the head, and when he joined us, he kind of was able to articulate that, hey, at a brew pub, you got to have beers that appeal widely to everyone and that pair well with the food. We had tons of people coming in here asking if we serve Miller Lite, one of your favorites. And obviously, as a craft brewery, it was something that we were looking to make one of our own versions of. So as you've seen, light beers have become more popular with craft breweries lately. Todd was able to create a recipe. Took quite a bit of time. It's a super light lager. It's 4.1%. It's delicious. It's super crushable. And, so when people come in here and they just want a everyday beer for the people, we're able to fulfill that need as well.
Well, Joe called me the craft expert earlier.
Specialist, not
specialist?
expert.
Oh, sorry. I'll go with the expert. But Todd, what is the hardest beer for a brewer to brew? It's a loaded question.
That is a loaded question.
It's E-Town.
They are difficult to brew. There's nothing to hide behind on a light lager. The yeast gives it no character. That's the point with the lagers. There's no hops. And so if there's any flaws whatsoever in a light lager, they come shining through everything.
There isn't an A-Town Light. They have a great beer. It's consistent every time. So when you're in A-Town, drink some A-Town.
Todd actually won first place at the PA Farm Show last year for A-Town Light. Got
yes,
first in the light
that.
lager category for the whole state of PA. So something we're really proud of.
So every dog sled has a lead dog. So what's the lead dog here at BruDaddy's?
As far as beer goes,
Yes.
Haze Daddy by far and away.
Yeah.
Yeah, from day one, that one's been number one.
And that's just the beer scene right now. Hazy IPAs lead the way, and it's no different here.
And, having some knowledge of your portfolio, there's a lot of offshoots from your Haze Daddy, like Granddaddy Haze and different things. So that's the basis for a lot of your secondary brands or not lead brands or...
Once we figured out the Haze Daddy recipe, we knew we needed to have a double IPA option, and we took the base Haze Daddy recipe and just upped it as far as the grain bill and went with a slightly different hop build. But yeah, I mean, it's you gotta spin it. We do some fruited variations of it as well. You gotta give different things. Nobody wants to drink the Haze Daddy every single time they're in here. So
You got to be careful with the Granddaddy Haze too. It sneaks up on you.
it does.
That's some of the feedback we've heard is, it's too smooth.
Yeah.
So I know, when you first started, 100% of your product came out of here. And then there's a facility across the street,
Yep.
the PP&L Center, and also Coca-Cola Park, where you expanded. And tell us about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, things have been going very good. We entered into partnership marketing agreements with the Iron Pigs and the Phantoms to sell beer there. And year over year, sales had just picked up to the point where we weren't able to keep up with the demand here at the brew pub. We had some accounts that we were self-distributing to, And we just really felt like we were cutting ourselves short with what we were able to produce out of the brew pub here on our 5-barrel system. So me, my father, and Todd and I, we all went down to North Carolina. We bought a used 15-barrel brew house, brought it back up to Allentown here. We leased space with AEDC, Allentown Economic Development Corporation, down the street at the Mack Truck, former Mack Truck facility. And we built a production brewery over there. So it's a 15-barrel brew house. At this point now, we have about 235 barrels of fermenting capacity over there. So it's plenty of production space over there for us. We've got loading docks, forklifts, centrifuge.
So for people who are going to listen, how many regular half barrels is 235 barrels equal to?
That would be 470.
There you go.
There you go. The math guy.
So see a barrel, and then would be a half barrel. So
It's times
But
two.
it's-
But it's times two,
times.
but a lot of people, aren't going to pick up on that and they think it's a full keg. So just throw it out
Too many
there.
years.
I kind of
of,
remember.
hockey hits there.
I kind of remember the call that I got. I think it was from your father who called Banco Beverage, and they got a hold of me and said, "Hey, we're really interested in, gaining more distribution, outside of our facility and these other 2 facilities." So, my question would be, what made you come to that decision that you really wanted to expand beyond those 3 things and to really ramp it up as you have right now?
Well, I think from day one, it's always been, our vision to grow a brand. We didn't necessarily, want to operate something very small. We always saw potential for something a little bit bigger. We've received a lot of good feedback with BruDaddy's, and we felt that it was the type of brand that could, be extended into a regional brewery. And we felt that there was a lot of opportunity out there for people to jump on board with local beer. We think that fresh beer should be widely available to the people. You should be able to go to an Iron Pigs ball game and get a delicious tasting hazy IPA there. So it was kind of our goal to do that. And we felt emboldened with Todd as our head brewer, making delicious liquid to go out there and get it done. So, we decided to pick up the phone and call Banco because, you guys have been in business for over 90 years at this point. You're a local family-owned business as we are. And, you guys have great relationships in the community and figured what better partner to be with.
So, how would you say your relationship with Banco has been? Not that we're just sitting right here, but
Well, quite honestly, as a craft brewery who's ramping up production, it's been a roller coaster ride over there at the brewery, working behind the scenes day and day. In terms of our relationship, it's been fantastic working with you guys. It's just us getting our stuff together to be able to continually meet demand and work to fulfill orders and just understand how you guys do business.
You want a lot one week and not a lot the next week. So I'm sure you guys want to make a lot every week.
So I know a lot of people don't know the intricacies of all this brewing stuff, but it is a hard process, and everybody peaks and valleys. But you did make a major investment in your brewing process, and it's really helped the quality and everything in your beer. So can you tell us a little bit about that big investment?
Absolutely, and that's kind of what I mean is, in the beginning, you sign up with Banco, you're slapping high fives, you're drinking a beer, saying cheers, yeah, let's go out there and sell some beer. And then, we start making it, and we realize that, there's some things operationally that we could be doing to make sure that our beer's more shelf stable, meeting the expectations of, what craft beer is in the market when people are pouring draft on at their bar. And Todd and I worked very closely and very hard to work with Rich, our CEO, to get equipment to basically be able to filter the beer through centrifuge. And, we've made a great investment into quality, and I think that that's paid off significantly. We've got shelf-stable beer. Our IPAs We'll stand behind 90-day freshness of them being out there. And, Todd can talk a little bit more about the centrifuge.
It was a huge investment, and one I was familiar with, though, and I knew it would help me sleep better at night, knowing that none of us at this table have any control what happens to the beer once it leaves our warehouses. And somebody's going to leave it sitting out in 90-degree weather, and it hurts my heart, but I know the beer's still going to be okay.
Yeah. Yes, that was a major investment, and I think you've really put your best foot forward on that. So you started out 30 square feet, and now you got how many counties in the state of Pennsylvania are you servicing right now?
As of just this past week, we are now distributing into 30 counties in Pennsylvania.
30 counties.
Over half of the state at this point, which, we think is fantastic. So we're thrilled.
So other than Banco, what other wholesalers in the state of Pennsylvania are you dealing with?
So last October, we partnered with Brewery Products out of York, PA, for distribution in South Central PA, and they cover Lancaster and York counties all the way through State College and Gettysburg. We've been doing really well out there. And just this past week, we signed on with a distributor in Philadelphia called Muller Beverage, who you guys are very familiar with.
Very familiar.
You actually introduced us to them, Joe, and we appreciate the heads up there. They're fine people down there, and off to a really good start. And we're super excited for our beers to finally be available down there as well.
Great. So, Doug, I believe you run this little event down in Bethlehem, or help run it, Music Fest. So, BruDaddy's down at Music Fest this year?
I mean, we had a lot of rain, but we did all right. I mean, we did a bunch of kegs. We were up at the library and down at Zinzen with the BruDaddy's. And, the right way to say this about Music Fest, there's a lot of Miller Lite and lager everywhere, and, everybody loves it. But, once in a while, as Todd said, there's different consumers. So we're trying to build up a couple craftier areas on the north side of Bethlehem where you can try some more local stuff, and did pretty well this year. We had the Sunshine Squeeze, so it wasn't, we didn't go out there and have another IPA, something a little different, and it did well in the 90-degree weather. And then nobody did very well in the rain, but
I know I got rained out a couple nights.
A little bit of rain.
Literally got there with my 2-year-old and wife and had to pack it up and go right home.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Yeah.
So I guess if I got my facts straight, you're going to be launching Muller this Friday?
So they picked up last Monday, and they started selling already. And they're doing BruDaddy's Day on Friday as well, on 9/6.
On 9/6.
Yep.
And so any other wholesalers picking up on this 9/6 activation?
We're picking up on that 9/6 activation, yes.
Tell us about that, Doug.
So I don't have I wrote it all down. But we're going to be at a bunch of different bars. 3 different bars, 3 different bars, 3 different beer distributors. So you can go to Tanzo's, Caddy Beverage, and Brewski's up in the Poconos, and you can sample the A-Town Light, the Gold, and the Haze Daddy. And then at the bars we're going to be at Pints and Pies, Liberty Street, and Joey B's up there in Slatington. So the one I have the details on is we're going to have the Blue Snow Cone down at Liberty Street. So
Yes.
Come down, enjoy a nice dye of your teeth.
Yeah. Paint your tongue blue.
Your tongue will never recover.
All right, Todd, give us the skinny on the snow cone. Sour ale.
It's Todd's favorite.
No, it's not. But it was fun to make. It's a sour base ale with a whole lot of blue raspberry snow cone syrup added to it. The original idea behind the beer was actually to do a cheerwine soda beer, and Pepsi kindly told me to pound sand. And so we had to pivot, and Kevin and I had a few conversations and decided to go with snow cone syrup. And it was a fun first experiment, and we did it the following year with watermelon, and that went well. And then last year we were so busy with the expansion and distribution that we did not do it, but we both had been bugged by our customers. When's the snow cone coming back? When's the snow cone coming back? So this summer we decided to put in the effort and brought it back out. It's like I said, it's a sour beer base, but it is very sweet and very blue. And
You could tell who's been
I didn't have it.
drinking
It's supposed to be amazing.
Yeah.
From what I heard.
I could tell you haven't had it.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about your Dream series.
So basically, Haze Daddy was met with such great success, and obviously, like Todd was saying, that hazy IPAs are most popular beer style out there right now. We had to be able to keep up, so we felt like it would be a fun opportunity to create a beer that has the same malt base for every season, but we change up the hops. So, we have one for each season. My personal favorite is our Winter Dreams. I think it's Mosaic and Cashmere in that one, and I just love that combination personally. But it's a neat opportunity for people out there to try basically slightly different variations of the same beer and just pick up on those little minor nuances. And it's kind of what craft beer is all about. And the can art, it's really cool. It's reflective of the season. So it's a fun beer for sure.
We should have had some cans put up on the table here so we could see them.
That's a marketing guy.
That would be a marketing guy. And also one of your unique things that I remember in our first conversations is you do Kiffle beer.
Yeah. So like we were saying, we're all about local. A lot of the ideas that we get for beers, Todd and I just kind of talk about, and we're like, what do we like to eat, and what kind of desserts and things do we like? And we just kind of go down that hole. And, my mother-in-law makes delicious Kiffles. And quite honestly, a few years ago, I didn't even know what a Kiffle was. And then I stumbled upon the Kiffle Kitchen in Bath. And their Kiffles are basically these Eastern European pastries. It's like a little phyllo dough filled with jelly. And they are absolutely delicious. They're flaky and to die for.
My sister makes them up there at the Kiffle Kitchen. Go Cal.
Yes. We had the idea, our sours are super popular, and we've kind of been known to take actual pastries and put them in the beer. So we had the idea, just what if we made a Kiffle beer and collabed with the Kiffle Kitchen and put hundreds of Kiffles into the beer? And Todd was like, I could do that.
Yeah. So that's sort of a limited edition.
Yes.
Just
That's
very small batches. And
small batch, limited holiday release.
we usually aim for a Black Friday release of that. Very small batch. They're not around typically for more than 4 to 6 weeks, and then that's it until the next year.
Yeah, this past year we had done raspberry, apricot, blueberry, and a cinnamon walnut golden stout.
Wow.
Yeah, the pastry series. I had a couple lemon meringues last night, and it's very tart, and it's 7%, so it definitely made my night enjoyable.
Good Labor Day.
Doug, would you say you enjoy beer?
I do enjoy beer very much. These guys' beer very much. Their
He's in the
sours
right
are
line
amazing.
of work.
Yes.
Anything new coming in? Any new fall beers or anything new that I haven't heard of or that we've just already touched upon?
Yeah, we've got some good ones coming out. Todd's got our Vaderfest coming out, which you guys have had the past few years. It's a tried and true Oktoberfest. In terms of fun and new and exciting, we've got a pineapple Hefeweizen coming out on draft in a little bit. And Doug and I have been talking about plans for late fall releases of
That's scary.
I can't believe he says
Granny's Bake Shop dark chocolate raspberry bread pudding imperial stout.
Of course.
10.2%. And then our double berry marshmallow monster, which is a 8% double fruited sour with marshmallow in it.
it's built in. You can check and see how drunk you are. Just have to say that name twice.
Right.
And, you've had too many.
So we've got plans cooking up for that, and we're thinking of October timeframe release for those beers.
That's great. So all the brew pubs. So brew pubs are no longer unique to the area and to just in general beer in general. It's a lot of competition. So what do you do here to try to set yourself apart other than probably trying to make better beer than anybody else. But I know it's a rivalry, but you never in this industry, nobody ever roots against anybody else.
No, of course not. Everybody's rowing in the same direction. For us, it's all about community. We're here to support downtown Allentown local community. We want to be a place, like I said, for people who want to go to enjoy a concert or a hockey game across the street. We want to be a reliable, fun place that they can come and hang out. We want to be a reliable place for the people that live downtown here. A fun weekend destination for people that are coming to bring their family to Da Vinci Science Center. So we're really all focused on community, building our brewpub events around the community with regard to trivia and wing night and bringing in local musicians that play on the weekends. And that's kind of our position.
Yeah, so I know it's tough. My personal opinion, it's only my opinion, that a lot of these brew pubs, it's all about experience.
Yeah.
It's the experience. I think everybody tries to make the best beer. So I think making the best beer and having a good experience is like
good
the
beer's
ultimate thing.
We've said from day one that good beer's the barrier to entry into the game.
That's the bare minimum.
You have to be making good beer. And aside from that, I'd invite people to come to BruDaddy's to meet our staff, hang out with the team, get to know the place. And that's the experience. It's our team. And they're BruDaddy.
So some of the some don't have servers, some do. You have to stand in line. You have a full kitchen here. There are other places that pull up with a food truck. Some people think that's unique and they like that. Other people would say, "Hey, I'd rather sit down and get it and get." They're
a little reverse, though. You have a restaurant with a good product, and now they went the other way of, hey, when you're at a food truck or you're at a music fest or you're at World of Food, you're at West End Fair, you'll be able to find BruDaddy there now. So I think that's the idea of expanding, is to find BruDaddy at other places, not just here across on PP&L.
Right, and then I think that's the difference in having your facility. Where some of these other brew pubs, if you're not there, you can't drink their beer.
Exactly, and
you have that. You have the best of both worlds here.
It's got some reach.
Yeah,
absolutely, and like I said before, that's kind of what we're trying to do is create a brand that can be tied to a personal experience. Like I said, you can come and meet our fantastic servers and bartenders and come and spend a night a week here. If you feel
and we're not trying to just put his beer everywhere either. We're making relationships with people up in the Poconos and other areas, so they understand the story these guys are selling. And it's not just that's that beer with the beard on it type of thing. So
that's been the beauty of partnering with Banco is you guys have such deep relationships in the community with other bars and restaurants, and like I said, that's been our goal: partner with the community. So just like this Friday, where we're going to be doing a sampling event, that's what Todd and I look forward to the most, is doing stuff like that, where we're able to go out and build a relationship with another owner or a beer store, and that's a lot of fun for us.
Well, at Banco, we pride ourselves in trying to, as like Doug said, trying to put the right beer in the right spot. And I know we had some interesting meetings in the beginning, and it was like, take it easy.
Oh, 100%.
Take it easy.
Oh,
we'll get there.
100%.
And I would say, in my personal opinion, we've grown good together. I think BruDaddy's is, how many years? What are we in? Year 2, but
we'll be closing up year 2.
Marchish.
Yep, Marchish.
Yeah. And it's been a good relationship, and
Seems
meeting
like
you and
years.
Todd and your dad, who's an interesting character, I might say. Very good.
Couldn't be here today, unfortunately. Yep.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah.
He's got a band obligation.
So other than that, if there's anything you could add to any big upcoming plans for the brewery itself,
well, we've got those beers coming out that I mentioned. We're doing our Oktoberfest event on Saturday, October 5th here. You can check out our website and follow us on Instagram at BruDaddy's Brewing Co. to stay in tune with all of our events here at the Brew Pub. And I know that we're partnering with Banco to be part of the Oktoberfest event that's taking place over at Arts Quest in Bethlehem. So we're really looking forward to those fall events and just seeing people out in the community and getting new beers out there and That's it.
Well, we're happy to be part of it, and if you want to watch this, people are watching this. Tune in to get on Banco's website. This will probably be linked in there somehow, somewhere, and see some other podcasts and some of the things that Banco has going on. And that's about all we got for today. So over and out.
Thank you for tuning in, guys.
Bye for now.
Cheers.